good back here. You're good.
Oh.
You okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Did that pop on you?
It did. I'm hoping that they'll hold back to my favorite earring. Is it missing? Oh my god, I can't believe it. It fell
Inside the wicker.
inside the wicker, but right next to the earring. As if, wait, nope, that's something else. Oh, that's a pretty stone.
Oh,
We'll
no.
find it.
We'll find it after
Oh.
game.
What a bummer.
We will find it, or I have a box of earring backers at home.
Ah,
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
that's my favorite
There
set
will
of
be
earrings.
no annoying tone, we promise.
Okay,
I do have a-
so much for my wonderful scarf idea. I just had to step on that. Just had to. Everything was fine until then.
Yeah, you've been walking around with it all day.
I know! It's as if it came up to curse me.
It's just like, wait, you're getting live? Nope, I'm out.
Right? All right. Well, welcome everybody to our one-off Ostara episode here at By the Dice. We are off to a fantastic start to spring, as you can see.
Yeah. It's all the rain.
Yeah,
Coffee's ready!
blame it on the rain.
It will be.
Or it will be.
Yeah, it's brewing.
It's brewing. All right, so we've got coffee brewing. Things falling apart everywhere. Welcome everybody to By the Dice. And
Hi.
whatever I named this episode, because of all the things I did, I forgot to name the episode until, like, we were getting ready to start the broadcast, and then I had to sit in front of the stream for a minute, just be like, oh.
I would have named it like hippie hip hop.
Well, 'tis that season.
So, our story begins early in the morning at the beautiful beginning of the vernal equinox. Of all of the things. Did anybody see my little brown notebook?
It's inside of your it is inside your binder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. All right. It's the beginning of the vernal equinox, very early in the morning. And all the little children in the idyllic little town of Pirouette are jumping out of their beds early in the morning, because this morning is the morning that the muses come to town. And where the muses go, children will find blessings, and most importantly, candy. So, let's start with you, Chris. Introduce your character. Tell us about jumping up to go see the muses at the amphitheater at the end of town.
So, my name is Yarvis Lowly. I am a 5 foot tall, 100-pound Eldrin druid with brown hair and brown eyes, about 13 years of age. And I'm just dressed in the typical clothing that a modest family of that background would be dressed in, and I'm super excited, and my parents are trying to get me to calm down and eat breakfast, and I won't. So I'm just running everywhere. I'm all over the place. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And that is where he is at right now, trying to get calmed down for breakfast.
I love it. Anaya.
Well, I'm Nyla Tumblefoot. I'm a herongon, which means I'm a little rabbit. My family's of the smaller variety, so I'm about 2 foot nothing. Today I'm dressed in wizard's garb, despite my bohemian monk family, because the character in the book I'm reading is a wizard. And he is currently my favorite thing. So I'm dressed like him. And I'm making my way through the house, malted wheat with butter and toasted bread and some sugar in it, just a splash of milk on top for breakfast, and get that down in a hurry. The muses are coming, the muses are coming, the muses are coming. I might get my own story. And, my father's kind of like, well, that lucky prosthetic of yours, don't you think you have enough stories? And, I look down and it's a nice prosthetic. It works just like my other foot. It's beautifully springy. And I hop off out the door to go find the muses.
Okay. And
All right. My name is Cora Cerise. I am also a druid eldarin. I come from a noble background. I am having issues with my seasons, so I've got little patches of frost. I've got flowers floating around my hair. I am this adorable, like, chunky-cheeked little kid with just wild fucking hair that is as vibrant, like all the spring colors, and maybe a little bit of frost, and maybe some like little sparks of summer popping off of her ears. And she is super duper excited, and I'm super duper excited. I'm running around on the family farm already, like looking for eggs, and I've got my sketchbook with me, and I'm doodling everything I can. I've got pencils in my pockets, and I'm just ready to go.
nice. Nice. And John.
My name's Horace. I'm a little halfling. I'm one of 26 brothers and sisters. So, our family is not poor, but Mom and Dad spend a lot of money on food. And I'm all of maybe 10 years old, so I'm halfway to an adult. And so happy about that, and I just got accepted to be an apprentice to this really nice guy at the Capitol. He's still taller than me, but then everybody kind of is. I'm all like 1'8", and so I put on my older sister's hand-me-down sweater and a pair of breeches that one of my other older sisters used to use when she was doing like horseback riding and stuff like that. I go down the stairs and I grab my little makeshift screwdriver because I'm already showing talent. That's why Mr. Spincog wants me. And I tuck it into the waistband of my pants, and I grab a piece of fruit and just go running out the door to go look for muses.
And Pudgy.
My character is one of the younger versions of one of my current characters. Also, we're Liz DMs. The character's name is Dorian Stone. He's a water genasi, black eyes, bluish green skin, and currently he is 8 years old. He's running around wearing a cape, got on this face mask. Because why? Because I'm Fish Tank, the superhero! And my parents are dead. They were killed by a dinosaur. Rawr! Hold on.
Okay. So you're all rushing out the door to try to catch the muses. Now, it is a very special thing to be able to catch the muses when they come to the amphitheater. And all the children try to get there in time to see which muses will arrive and how. So, I need everybody to roll me a d20. Yeah.
Oh, you guys were
Nat 20.
Nice.
4.
Ow.
18.
Nice.
I'm number 1.
9.
9.
First nat 20 and first nat 1 of the game.
It's okay, I'm 1'8". I don't think I should end up going first.
20 to 15. Excellent.
My dice is older than me.
The two of you, in spite of your parents' best efforts to keep you somewhat pinned to the breakfast chair, managed to bolt out the door with your breakfast basically in hand.
No.
And rushing to the amphitheater, the two of you will have a chance to see the muses arriving. The rest of you, unfortunately, your parents actually got a hold of your scrawny little butts.
But Mom, I'm gonna miss it.
You're gonna eat your breakfast first.
I got an apple.
A full breakfast. You're a growing young halfling. Now, here, have some porridge.
Sit down and start scarfing breakfast.
I'm just pouting.
My parents, if my parents wanted to control where I sat and for how long, they would not have trained me to be so agile.
Adieu.
You can't catch me, I'm a superhero!
Roll again. Roll again.
2.
As you go flying
I don't
across,
like you anymore, go to jail!
as you go
Yep.
flying across the front yard, you trip on the root of the tree out front. She's a superhero, and then
Look, Mom, I'm a skid mark!
oh my god. Now, for those of you who did make it on time, first, you see Urania. She arrives to the amphitheater by building a stone bridge, one step in front of her at a time. And this beautiful arcing bridge, which moves along with her, turns into steps as she descends down the architecture, or down to the theater. She is dressed in beautiful flowing silver, and she looks strong. She is tall. She has broad shoulders, and she carries a small hammer in her hand. I did not look up the descriptions of any of the muses before I came up with these. These are my descriptions. Disclaimer.
Okay.
Next arrives Calliope, the muse of literature. Calliope comes flying in on what at first appears to be a bird. But as she gets closer, you can see it is in fact a book, its pages fluttering back and forth, and she is riding on its spine as she glides onto the amphitheater. And she is wearing a beautiful sort of off-white, almost parchment yellow dress that with just the faintest words that aren't words, letters that aren't letters, they move and they flow around her.
Oh, I love that.
Next comes Euterpe. I'm probably not pronouncing these names right either. I didn't look that up either. Oh, nice! Next comes Euterpe, muse of song, of music. She comes floating in, stepping across literal musical notes that rise and fall and rise and fall, gently making her way down each of the steps, whistling, singing a little, playing a little tune on her flute as she steps down ever so delicately to the dais. Very much like Calliope, she has a dress that is sheer, sort of white, and across it strings of bars and notes that appear and disappear as if constantly shifting melodies are playing across the folds of her gown. Next, Palminia, muse of painting. Palminia swoops in, riding a paintbrush like a broom.
Oh, I love that so much.
Her gown is made of it looks like she tied 1,000 different colored scarves, and like her entire dress is just made of fluttering scarves in every color, ranging from the palest hues to the deepest royals and jewel tones. She is a swirl of color. She looks as if she is dripping herself in paint as she swoops in, and when she gets off of the paintbrush, she very carefully makes sure to lift its staff down, not on the bristles, of course, because that would be terrible. And finally enters Thalia. Thalia simply rides a horse up the main road and to the diocese, but when she stands up and gets off the horse, instead of just walking up to the amphitheater, she lifts her arms and floats, and all the muses float up with her. They start spinning in a circle all around, mixing themselves up like teacups until they all come back facing the crowd, and they take a little bow to all the assembled children there. Just as the three of you who did not make excellent rolls come running up, having just barely missed the show.
Apple stuck in mouth.
I'm cheering. I'm all excited, waving my sketchbook in the air.
And all the children assembled equally have brought with them their tools of the trade, or their toys that will someday be tools of their trade, each for their favorite muse, and they are all clamoring to see what tasks the muses will bestow upon them this year. So,
Empty journal in hand. Brand new.
Screwdriver clutched firmly in hand.
Dorian's just sitting there like, don't get mad, don't get mad. You're a superhero. You're a fish tank. No reason to get mad. You're a superhero.
everybody roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Whoa.
Crap.
19.
15?
6.
7.
3.
Yeah, I'll never trust that one with the spring flowers in it again.
19. Oh, my name?
Yeah.
Nyla.
My dice are dirty.
I believe there is a very special little Herringen in the crowd. Is there a Nyla among us?
Nyla Tumblefoot?
My dear, I believe this is for you. And Calliope hands you your very own egg.
Excuse me. I don't think I'll get an opportunity to ask this, but could you give me an idea for my book? This journal's been quite empty for a very long time, and I want to write a story.
Well, perhaps you can write a story about today.
Oh, that sounds wonderful! Do I open it?
You do.
Very carefully. And she's like, this was a gift from Calliope. I am not going to mess this up ever. Never, ever, ever. Ooh. Read it out loud. Of many ancient magics, there are few as old and deep as the magic of a story, and the tales our hearts will keep. Shape a world, pursue a love, face the challenge bold, for all the things that can be done are first in story told. Oh, I'm excited about this. I like this. Oh, I like this. Thank you.
Let's see, 6, 7, who is
15.
15? 15.
There we go. Sit nicely.
Now, I believe there is also a rather industrious young lad amongst us. Tell me, who here is, I just had this, Horace?
And I go running through the crowd, and the taller, like 14, 15-year-old kids that would be taller than me, I go between their legs even as I'm going through the crowd. So every now and then you'd see a little 15-year-old kid just jump a little bit as a halfling child goes between their legs and get up to the stage, and I just can't reach.
She leans over. She comes to the front of the stage and she leans down.
Jumping.
And she actually picks you up and brings her onto the stage with her. I am Urania, muse of the builders, and this, my dear boy, is for you.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's got a bunny on it. Wow. Believe it or not, that helps. There's magic in the sticks and mud that very few can see. Cities, palaces, and huts. In the dirt beneath our feet. The new king is crowned on this day, but has no castle to call home. But you have hands to mold the clay for castle, moat, and throne. Oh, that'll be fun. Just kind of run my fingers across the handle of my screwdriver. I wonder what I can make out of lights.
Next, Euterpe. Urania picks you up and sets you back down into the crowd and says, "You'll have to find the Frog King first."
Just gotta build a castle big enough for a frog. Okay.
Next, Euterpe steps forward. Thank you. Now, somewhere in this morning's music of children laughing is a particularly musical soul among us. Tell me, where is Jarvis?
Here.
I believe, good sir, this belongs to you.
Shiny. And it's empty.
Look, what?
And it's just
Surprise!
Technical difficulties.
Whoa, where did I...
Are they on the table?
No, That literally, I may have thrown it away by accident. I'll write you a new one after game. I will.
Right.
You can read it right there. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, it's gonna be horrible now. You're on your own, kid. Yeah. Read it out loud, though.
Not every child is quick of wit or...
Wait.
Not that one?
Nope, I showed you the wrong one. That's Pudgy. That one.
Okay. A song you hear in morning's light started with a croak. Begins a choir out of sight. The rushes swell with songs. Or is that bush?
Rushes.
The rushes? So
Yeah.
I was right. But on a morning such as this, you must write and sing a new song of beginnings to gift the new Frog King.
I will fix that for you later. I'm
It
so
is
sorry
okay.
that-
It is okay. It was just like surprise,
You're on your own, kid.
right? Like, what am I supposed to do now?
Euterpe looks terribly embarrassed as she picks through several pieces of compositions, pulling them out of the gauze of her pockets, but she couldn't find yours. She feels very bad, but she told you. Anyway.
Yes.
Alright. Next, Paul Minia comes to the front of the stage. Somewhere in this crowd is a young lady who sees color like no other, who appreciates the fade of shade and hue and pigment.
He calls to us.
Right.
Is Core among us today?
As I hear my name, I spring up, throwing my pencils everywhere because I wasn't expecting it. I was lost in my sketchbook. And all of a sudden, I just kind of flush over with a nice frost over all my flowers, kind of embarrassed about what happened. And as I'm kind of like dripping my frost, and flowers and little mushrooms are sprouting behind me as I run up to the stage and run up and reach up for my egg.
My darling girl, with the eyes to see, I gift this to you.
Thank you. And the grays of early morning skies, is that
Yes.
okay?
Sorry for my handwriting there.
So good. Grow pink and blue in sun. A painter's brush swept with the wind brings color to the world, and every delicate shade of hue is pure delight for beauty's dress, and you have been invited to put your vision to the test. Ooh. I could put that out.
Oh, okay. I was really not sure about that one.
Fair. Fair.
And finally, Thalia. Thalia, who is dressed in the brightest colors, where the rest of the muses are almost classical and subdued and feminine. Not Thalia. Thalia is wearing a leather suit that with, the tight leggings and the full thing, and it is dashed in bright colors, magenta, bright green, bright blue, and she walks right up to the edge of the stage and she says, "Now, where's my little superhero? Where is the fish tank?"
I'm gonna come out of stealth and just magically appear next to her on stage.
I see you practice your craft well, little man. For you, this gift.
Ooh. Look, I'm gonna name you Egbert. And I got you a cape. Yeah. look at your cake. Yeah, look at you. And you got an E on your cake for Xbox. What?
I love the whimsy.
Why everybody hears me?
I think they're waiting for you to read it, dear.
It's got an E.
No, but there's a clue inside the egg.
So I gotta break him open?
It'll go right back together again. It's magic, I promise.
Alright. I'm gonna break him open. Ooh. You don't have no guts. There's another nail. What's the note say? Not every child is quick of wit or has an artist's eye. And some instead lives bravery that cannot be denied. They who rush ahead with glee, though called the... Not supposed to say that word. But in their own time will one day be a hero in the sun? Sun? Yeah, sun.
Very nice job.
The word starts with an F. It has 2 O's and ends in an L. Shh, I didn't say it. I spelled it. It's okay, Egbert. I got you. Gonna put you back together.
Is that like saying H-E-double-L?
Shh, you ain't supposed to say that word either. It's a dirty word.
I didn't, I spelled it.
All
Yeah.
5 of the muses stand back on the stage, and they look down at you. The 5 that they have chosen for this year's quest. And Calliope steps forward and says, "Sweet children, the next story is yours to tell. Go together in friendship, be kind, and find the Frog King. Along the way, be kind to all you meet, and surely blessings will come upon you. Each of you have been given a task, and if you perform it, when you return, there will be baskets of candy."
Candy.
I pull a cookie out of my pocket. Yay.
Oh, I love this.
And so, off to the meadows with you. I believe you should be looking for the Frog King.
Scrub.
How are we gonna pick the frog that's the king?
I think it'd be the biggest.
Well,
Or maybe the brightest green.
I don't know how we find the Frog King.
how about the one all the other girl frogs like?
Well, then I think he would also have to be the biggest and the brightest green. At least all the stories that I've read about animals have it that way.
Yeah, but you know the saying, it ain't always easy being green, so why would the king be green?
You look up at everybody and go, well, I'm
Well, frogs are green.
smallest, so. Well,
So the town is right here. And you guys will need to take this little bridge over here. These areas in between that you can see between the little land masses,
uh-huh.
that land is marshy. Lots of bluffs. Everywhere where you see little circles, well, they're not circles, shapes, those are higher ground areas with more trees on them. You will find throughout here rocks, trees, basically moorlands.
Okay.
So some of it's marshy, some of it's grassy, light wooded areas and places.
I made Egbert dinosaur feet. Rawr!
Did he stomp on your parents?
No, I didn't get him till after they was killed.
Oh. Well, at least we know Egbert didn't do it. He has dinosaur feet, though.
Yeah, I have dinosaur feet too.
Did you stomp on them?
No blood, no guts, and no paper. I don't think so.
Paper?
Yeah, Egbert doesn't have no guts. He's got paper.
Oh.
Crap. I'm not supposed to say that word. Don't tell. I'm gonna go stop to disappear.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Look, I'm like John Cena. You can't see me.
Where did this tank go?
Roll for stealth.
Oh, I'm just
I was just gonna let that role play out. That's an awfully bright cloak to be invisible right next to a stage.
Shh, you can't see it. I got a 19 for my stealth, so I'm just the only high roll I've had.
Well, you can't see me.
Okay.
Tank?
So what is everybody doing?
Looking for fish tank.
Aren't we supposed to be working together? Where did he go?
We should go to the meadow.
Yes, we should go to the meadow.
Hey, let's head
That's where you find
out.
the best frogs.
Yeah, but Mom always told me them's eating frogs.
Well, we gotta find the frog that seems like it shouldn't be eaten.
Wait, you're... Damn, don't say.
Oh, there you are!
Darn it. Poof! You guys eat
Reviews.
frogs too?
Yeah, they're delicious.
I like when the little legs kick.
They're rather abundant here, so they seem to be a staple for everyone.
Do you guys eat all frogs?
Most of them. I mean, if they're brightly colored, we're not supposed to because they can kill you.
I don't think I was ever told that rule.
Maybe that's why you have superpowers.
They do taste kind of funny though. Kind of remind me of glue. You never ate glue?
When have you been in the vicinity of a poisonous frog? They don't
Make sure you project a little bit more.
come up here.
I don't know. I live underwater. I can go for whatever I want to eat. You guys can't go underwater and breathe?
No, I go underwater and try to breathe. I'm going to drown. I'm a rabbit.
See? Superpowers.
Yeah, I can breathe underwater.
What's your secret identity?
Can't tell you.
Guys, I think we need to focus. We got a task.
I'm just voraciously writing everything that's happening down.
Okay. So we're in agreement. Let's go find the king, the frog king guy.
We must crown a king of frogs. Oh, I know, Core. Core, could you draw us a nice crown to put on it when we find him?
I can absolutely paint up a lovely crown for him.
Perfect. We'll have a crown for a frog king.
Oh,
I mean, the other muse did say that you were one with an eye for color, so you'd be the best to do that job.
I need to
Absolutely.
build a castle.
But want to look at your clue again.
Give the egg there. 6 and left turn.
What was your clue again, fish tank?
I gotta make a castle out of the mud.
And?
And a throne and a moat.
Oh, I love that.
I need a stick.
Well, there's plenty out in the meadow.
I will need it back.
I should use a different one.
Okay, 'cause
It's too big.
this is my stick.
It's too big.
Okay.
Oh, half one.
I'm gonna hand you a stick about the size of like a little bit bigger than a toothpick. This is Edward's staff.
I'm not that small. Yay! Somebody's smaller than me. Let me tell you what, being 10 and in school and short
Oh!
next to humans. I was in class with this girl and all she did was walk in front of me and all I did was, no.
So, I think we need to go search, at least like search the closest area for this king.
Where are we gonna find a frog king?
Well, let's go over the bridge and into this little moor's land over here and look on the marshy sides.
You can go underwater, right?
Yeah,
Are the frogs bigger down there?
sometimes.
Said we need a bigger frog, right?
Well, I think that a king of frogs would certainly have to be big.
I don't know. What do you think? You're older.
I think we should just head to the meadow, and I bet there's already a king somewhere waiting to have his castle built for him.
That's I was thinking
So let's
that
just head
too.
to
I
the
don't think
meadow,
we need to
guys.
crown a king. I think we need to find the king.
Yeah.
We don't need to create a king. We need to find the king that's already been crowned.
But I made a hammer with a stick and a rock, and I was told the way you crown things is you whack them on the head.
Not that kind of crown.
They didn't specify.
Breathe, Jim, breathe!
Very different crown.
But I wanted to crown a frog. It's not pink.
You might not
Did
want
you
to own
actually
this frog.
just crown a frog?
Yes.
Roll the hit.
18.
Poor frog. What's your strength?
Doesn't matter.
It's a standard issue.
He hit him with an 18. It's a frog.
I just rolled it off the dice. It was a straight dice roll.
You smooshed that frog, and right before you did, you heard it squeak, "Wait, no!"
I walked over to it and I cast Spare the Dying. And then Cure Wounds.
The frog,
With my screwdriver, make it look like I'm screwing them back together and everything.
the frog comes to momentarily, wiggles his little legs, flips over, gives you a look.
I'm gonna lick it.
Now we ain't that close. You just tried to have me murdered.
I didn't try to have you married. I just crowned you. Congratulations, you're a king. I'm gonna lick you.
That's not how that works.
I know I'm 8.
I can see that. And he jumps out of your hands and goes taking off through the meadow.
Well, he's not dead.
At least he's not dead.
At least you know he's not a king.
Fish Tank, are you sure you are not a future super villain?
No.
Wait, is that? No, you're not a supervillain, or no, you're not sure.
My mommy and daddy told me one time that the only time I'm a supervillain is when I fart. See?
Everybody else roll a Constitution check.
I was already on it. Okay.
Nope.
I pass out.
What'd you roll?
1.
Same. I'm projectile vomiting.
7.
I collapse.
You rolled a 1 too.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ, all of
What,
it.
what did you roll?
As I crumple to the ground, I mutter, "Run, Froggy!
3.
Run!"
He's gonna kill us all with his ass gas.
You're dry heaving and retching.
I'm a.
And you rolled a 7. You are just like, oh.
Maybe the cat holes were right. That is concentrated evil coming out your backside. I'm unconscious for a moment. I'm going to need smelling salts.
Oh, I have those! Pull out some dyed salt that my mom had given me once. I think that's what these is. Just a little pouch. Hold it up to his face. I have no training in this. I think we're supposed to hit him with it.
Roll a hit.
It's
Quick,
difficulty 10 because I'm unconscious and prone.
I don't.
Smack you with a little satchel of salt. Let's see, where are you, my least friendly friend? That's a 5. Plus my unarmed is 6. It's an 11.
Okay. John, roll a Constitution check.
I'd smack you with a bag of salt.
14.
When she smacked you with the bag of salt, which you cannot smell at all,
No, it's salt.
but it did bring you to.
See, it works!
I'm gonna have a black eye in the morning. At least this time it didn't come from my own sister.
Well, you're welcome for waking you up and not letting you sleep through the adventure.
What hit me?
Fish tank.
With what? What? He was all the way over there.
A gas attack.
I figure what happened is that because I'm only 1'8", it was at that terrible height.
Yeah, right.
I used my specialty power. Stink bomb.
I moved further away from Fish Tank. I thought we were friends.
We all friends. They just asked me if I was a supervillain, and I said, no, I'm only a supervillain when I fought. And I let her fart out. And then you almost died. You almost died!
I believe you.
You weren't supposed to die. The frog was okay. I was going to eat it anyway. But you ain't supposed to die. I can't eat you.
Did you say you were gonna eat the fart?
The
Frog.
frog. The
I
frog.
swear you said you were gonna eat the fart. I'm like, whoa. How do you... Whoa.
That would be some ninjutsu.
Right?
I'm not a cannibal. I'm not going to eat my own fart.
Like you
Core,
two?
what are you doing?
I am doodling my Easter egg as I assume we're having this conversation dying as we're walking towards the meadow.
Yes.
I'm writing.
So I am doodling in my sketchbook. I'm looking around.
So you guys are leaving the town and
Yes.
headed
We'll
towards
do
the
this
meadow
while
you're moving. Okay.
Minus like falling unconscious from noxious gases and things like that.
Right.
That was a few seconds stop.
Yeah.
Fish tank takes up the rear.
You all think.
we can't have you stink bombing us on accident.
Problem is the wind can change direction.
No. The problem is I can go in stealth and then be silent and deadly.
Until it's not, and then you won't be in stealth anymore.
Go ahead and read your
Who's
clue
the
again also,
tallest?
Budgie. It says something specific.
Uh,
No, not allowed.
I don't know. I know I'm one of the tallest.
Who's the tallest person?
How tall
You
are
are.
I'm 2 foot even.
How tall are you, Pudgy?
like
How tall is Dorian?
2'7", 2'8", something like that.
I'm 4'9".
I'm 5 foot.
I'm
Yeah.
8. Okay,
so
I'm
I
short.
go hide behind his pants leg as far away from the fish tank as I can. But I think he needs to clean the regulator valve in his tank. Because that did not smell like fish.
By and by, you come upon a bridge. Now, you recognize this bridge from the map of the town being right here.
Okay.
It's an old stone big bridge. There's room enough for all of you. It is very sturdy. And it will lead to this other area that is a little marshier than some of the other forest areas, but it has some trees on it. It's actually a very nice spot.
Is this bridge over water or land?
It
Swamp.
it is over water-ish, but it's like water and grassland. It's really just a rivulet where water is flowing through this.
So it's like a little stream. It's not even that deep.
Yeah, and it's got a bunch of grass and stuff in it. It's not even like water with stones at the bottom. It's like water over grass and muds and
Swampy.
swampy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the monk.
Is the muck.
I was saying, as we're walking on the bridge, I wanted to jump up on the edge of the bridge on the side and just run along one of the rails of the bridge
Okay.
to kind of run in front of everybody.
And just as you get to the middle of the bridge, Pudgy, you guys hear 3, 5, 4, 4! And swinging from the other side of the bridge, out from underneath it, hops this big, gray bridge troll.
I'm skitter right up to him. What's your puzzle? Can I write it down?
You must be one
Fish
of
tank.
Calliope.
You got another one on deck?
Before I can let you cross this bridge, you must answer 2 riddles.
2.
Do tell, do tell.
Can I crown it?
Please don't.
No, but he might like stink bombs.
Pick up my stuff.
Don't
If you crown this troll
some
before
beans
he's
then.
told us what he needs
Don't
to tell
have
us, I will
beans.
crown you.
Yeah.
Beans.
Uh-oh.
Please go on,
He's
sir.
out of gas.
I don't
You
think
didn't crown me.
children
I'm
like
looking-
my
I'm
riddles
looking.
anymore.
Now you listen
What's your
here.
riddle,
I
sir?
have my ears perked up all the way in your direction, and I haven't moved my eyes for a minute. If you think I don't like riddles, you're crazy.
Fine. Fine. The first riddle is, I can be given, but not seen. I can be held, but not touched. I can be broken without force. I am made by one word, but never by hand. What am I?
We just taking random guesses?
What is it? Held but not.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, please, pass it around.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
Is it trust?
That's what I was thinking.
Not quite.
Well, I'll let other people take a guess because I don't want to hog all your time.
Would you like to read that out loud to the group so that they can hear
Yeah,
it?
I'll read
later?
it.
read that.
I can
And then
be
pass it along.
I can be given, but not seen. I can be held, but not touched. I can be broken without force. I am made by one word, but never by hand. What am I?
Oh no.
Fish tank. Go ahead and guess.
Truth?
Close, but no.
Friendship?
No.
Honesty.
You guys are so close dancing, so close.
Do you have a
Loyalty?
guess? Well, he's the only one who hasn't guessed yet. We should give him a chance.
Excuse me, Lollipop.
Ooh.
An oath?
I will accept that answer.
Yay!
A promise.
Bingo.
I was gonna say once you got like part of it, yeah, a promise. You can break a promise. You can hold a promise. You can
Bingo.
Contract.
Nicely done. It seems your little friend has vanished again.
Oh, he'll be back.
Hopefully he went to get some beans.
You're very smart children. Many children stand here for quite ages before getting that one. The second one might be a little easier for you. It has more lines and therefore more clues.
I'm listening.
We gotta wait for Fish Tank to get back.
I know, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be impatient.
That's why I'm kind of being the loop. We gotta wait for the rest of the group.
My key started falling off.
Patience is a
Fish
virtue.
tank,
I was
please.
having a technical issue. Possible technicalities.
Did you have to go to the little superheroes bush?
Yes.
He came back with a sidekick.
Lily down.
Good job.
Thank you. Apparently my nose needed to be cleaned.
Okay.
One of the village strays has followed you out here.
Adorable little scamps are.
For my second riddle, I make you laugh, I make you cry, suspend belief, travel through time. Through me you see, beyond the veil, once filled I can't be empty, I can take you anywhere. Though in stillness we remain, what am I? No surprises here.
Is it a book?
It is indeed a good book.
I have one of those, but you can't have it. I'm not done with it.
Oh, this freaking made my tummy hurt.
The troll bounces under the bridge.
That was a really good guess.
That was a very good guess.
I was a long way off. I'm impressed by you.
There's a lot of oaths in my family. I have a lot of siblings.
Ah. Oh.
Mostly sisters.
Well, you're quite smart, and I would love to sit down and talk with you sometime.
Never forget to always work together.
Yay!
We are stronger when we are a bundle of sticks.
Thank you, sir.
Oh No.
Before you go
Mom
tell
was
me.
wrong. I didn't need to eat breakfast. They're feeding me plenty. You want any pellets?
I don't think that one is hazelnut.
I don't want to eat it.
Okay.
But thank you.
Are you allergic?
No, I don't like the texture.
Oh, bummer.
It's okay. They make great coffee stirrers.
We just pretend that Dorian full on inhaled it.
You have no idea what happened to the one the halfling was holding. The thing was half their height and it was gone.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there
All right,
with the little
children.
nose and everything. Just
Well, actually, for the sake of Dorian being 8, he kind of. I'm gonna say that he took his, and because he didn't realize what to do with it, because he's never had it before, and he just kind of like put it in his nose. So he's got like part of it hanging out his nose.
If John wasn't gonna eat that, I would fully say, please RP that up.
You're supposed to eat it.
But it's got boogies on it. Oh well, I've eaten worse.
You know you eat your
But I shove it in
cookies.
like side to side instead of instead of kind of going in like this.
Oh my god.
We all know he eats his bogies.
With this, the troll says, "Now on your way, the home of the Frog King lies a fair ways from here, just across the next bridge."
Wow. Man, and this not far from home. Not without mom or dad. Or 3 or 4 brothers and sisters.
well, you've got 4 of us, and I've got a fairly good stick.
Got a screwdriver.
In what manner are you all making your way through this field?
I was just gonna walk, unless we have an option.
I am literally like,
Before we leave the troll, I'm gonna walk up to the troll and be like, Mr. Troll, since you gave us a present, I has a present for you too. And I'm gonna fart and then be like,
As you fart, the troll smiles. And he sits down and he's like, methane and peat moss, my favorite.
Note to self.
Thank you, lad! I'll remember you!
I'm picking some of the flowers as I walk, and I'm just kind of like enjoying the spring and grabbing some fresh spring berries and things that might be around, and looking for anything that might be signs of coming up to like the Frog King court or something.
So you guys aren't doing as children do, which is to run, jump, and play your way through these marshes and
Oh.
Oh,
swamplands?
I'm
Wait,
making
wait,
a flower
wait.
crown as I'm picking the flowers. and
Okay,
stuff,
I can see why you're walking. So you're building a flower crown.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
take the time to walk and ritually cast grease in a straight line for about 50 yards, starting 10 feet in front of me for its space. I'm just gonna take off running full force and see how far I can slide. And then do it again.
And I got my
Are you
quarterstaff,
guys-
and I'm just
Is
like,
anybody else going to follow his little grease trails and go sliding with him through these marshes?
I'm attempting to see if I can keep my hopscotch pattern up on it.
Roll a dex check.
and I'm kind of just parkouring through the field with my quarterstaff, like using it, jumping around with it, flips, twists, spinning.
is this all marshland or is there like a lot of trees?
30-20.
It is lightly forested marshland, so there are trees, but they're spaced out,
That's
and
what
then
my
also
spell
the
has
ground
in
is
mind.
marshy as hell. The little rivulets of water just kind of everywhere. It's very early
Not my
spring.
spell
It's
save.
been raining, so the area is. It's a wetlands, and it's super spongy.
I'm proficient in intelligence.
I'm gonna like splash at it and see if I can
Proficient in
swim.
dexterity.
You cannot, but you can make
Okay.
the most wonderful puddles, like splashes in the puddles. And you
Okay.
notice that if you splash in some of them just right, and the ground beneath you is at kind of just the right, you can make this big old splash, and you can briefly see a rainbow.
I'm gonna make mud angels.
Oh,
Can I make this an acrobatics check?
yes, you can.
That'll make it a 22.
Okay, you managed to keep your hopscotch pattern along the first three grease slides.
And then just to distract her, I pick up a little chunk of mud, just like soft mud to where it doesn't hurt, and I kind of throw it at her to distract her.
Roll the hit.
Can I roll perception?
You can.
Okay.
You can roll perception to dodge. No, I'm sorry. You can roll perception to see it, and then you can roll to dodge.
Well, I'm not gonna see it coming because that's a whole whopping 9, even with my proficiency in perception.
Then you will not be able
Yeah,
to
but I have to
dodge.
beat your AC, right?
Yeah, my AC is a 17.
Yeah, I got a 5.
Yeah, guidance wouldn't.
So I missed. You hopped around it, and I like straight up missed. Lame.
And it went right behind your head, so you didn't even notice that he threw it at you.
Watching the shenanigans begin, I cast guidance on myself.
In front of you, you notice a path where the shamrocks seem particularly green. And you couldn't see it before you cast guidance, but it is like it was there all along. I mean, there's clover, there's shamrocks everywhere. But this little path is now specifically very green. And it is leading off to not far in front of you, where you see a large oak tree, a small creek, a log going across the creek, which the older children, some of you, who are the older children? I know you are, and you are, and you are. Okay, so the older children, you guys actually all
We're
do.
both
I was gonna say they're both 10 and then 8, so the two oldest are me.
all the little
Okay,
kids
so
are
the
on
two
my
of you,
couch.
so the two of you actually recognize this log up ahead that's going over the creek because kids play on that log. It's a big hollowed out log. It goes right across the creek. You guys run across it all the time. You also know that it's a little bit slippery, but that is the direction that your guidance is leading you.
What's around, like material wise?
The mud is thick. There are trees, branches. There are places in the ground where there are rocks. There are little rock outcroppings, and if you were to dig in the mud, you would find rocks. But mostly it is grass and mud and trees.
I'm gonna start gathering some branches as best I can, like big enough around that it looks like we could walk across them if I put enough of them side by side.
Are you going to talk to your friends?
I don't trust that log. Got an idea though. Got all these branches. I mean, I can't really reach the ones in the trees still, but if we put them between the little rocks, we can kind of make a bridge.
Probably.
It's got to be safer than that log. I mean, come on, we could slip off of it and break our heads.
I'm gonna rabbit hop right up onto the log, having played on it before.
It's fine. It's a big, sturdy log. It's gigantic.
It's just slippery.
And also, you notice that this is where the path in front of you no longer is glowing.
At the log.
Right here, next to this giant tree, this creek, and the log that goes across it.
Knock, 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 knock. Is anybody in the log today?
Oi! Who's that?
Hi! Nyla Tumblefoot!
I'm Mr. Ribs.
I do believe, because the path we were following ends here, that we're probably supposed to run into you.
Into me?
Are
What?
Are you the Frog King?
Oh, goodness, no, lad! Oh, you sweet! Oh, bless your heart. No, the Frog King's right over there by that tree. He's the big bull, you see.
Oh, good.
And just saying, you do hear from over next to the tree, not on the log itself, but the tree that's up on the embankment, you hear a very large. Sorry, I can't croak like a frog.
I'm gonna guess that is either the king himself or one of his royal guards summoning the Fae and us all to the village, to the coronation.
Well, it is time for the new Frog King to be crowned and all, but, well,
Orion, no!
No.
What?
No crowning the
Your
new
name is
king.
Fish Tank.
Yeah, fish tank.
No
Fish tank, no!
I'm laying in the mud. Why you yelling at me? I'm
No
making,
crowning
I'm
this
making
king.
snow angels. And then I'm gonna start flopping around and be like, look, I'm a fish out of water!
I'm gonna follow the sound of the croaking.
I am
oh my god.
with them.
As Fish Tank is laying on his back, having gone from making mud angels to yelling, I'm a fish out of water! Go see along the embankments hundreds of frogs. Whatever, I can't make frog sounds.
Look at everybody. Which one do you think he crowned earlier?
We'll find out. I bet it's the biggest one here.
Hey guys, can I crown these ones?
No! No!
The
They're all
muses-
guests to the king.
The muse is said to be kind, Fish Tank.
But I wasn't gonna take and whack it. I was gonna make it a crown out of sticks.
That's acceptable.
I mean, I made feet for Egbert. Obviously, I can make stuff.
That's acceptable.
So I'm gonna try to be like the bigger kids and go over the log nice and gentle and like kind of like show offy. To try to be like the bigger kids, because no offense, but I just don't trust your building a bridge idea.
Ironically, he could probably do it.
I'm sure he could, but I just don't trust building the bridge idea. And because they're bigger kids, I'm kind of like, they're older kids, so I want to be like them a little bit. So I'm gonna try to like hop, skip, and a jump and show off like they are over the log and follow the croaking as well.
And
Jarvis?
I make my way across the log towards the croaking, and I jump off with kind of like a little flip with my quarterstaff in my hand, and I kind of land and just stand there, and I'm like, and I wait for everybody else to join me.
I finally
Here's-
just climbed my way up the
Here's the
log.
fun part. When I leap off the log, because I'm going to take about an 8-foot rabbit's hop, how sturdy is the ground where I'm landing?
Let me roll that to be fair.
I've got a prosthetic. I can't beat I could get stuck in the mud.
What are you looking for?
Oh, the dice are specifically left out for games.
Well, they
I think
were.
they're in the.
Look underneath your map. Aha!
See? Lack of aiming fluid. Sorry. See, my aiming's off too.
Oh. The ground has a very slight bit of sponge, but it is actually pretty stable right where you jumped.
Alright. My leg has a little give as I land, and I almost kind of do a little bit of a somersault to the side to avoid showing off that I couldn't feel my feet when I landed. Get back up, and I'm fine. I'm fine. Sometimes it's got a mind of its own, don't you know? You've probably seen me full on lose my footing because, well, can't feel my foot, didn't know it was soft.
And how about you, Jarvis? You also making your way across the log into the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there waiting for everybody else,
right.
remember?
Right. Sorry.
I'm going to very quickly fashion myself a ladder.
Oh, right.
Climb up the log and across it, drag my ladder up with me, walk across the log, put the little step ladder down, and go down the other side.
Please roll 2d10. And fish tank.
I'm gonna run up under the log since I got on my dinosaur
11.
feet.
11 total on 2d10.
Yeah, you said roll 2d10 out of percentile.
Sorry, roll a percentile. Monster feet.
Yeah. Since I got on my monster feet, I'm gonna run up on the log, and then I'm gonna jump on there, and I'm gonna do a cartwheel and into a backflip, and then land on the ground.
Please roll a dexterity check with disadvantage. What did you roll?
A 16. I mean, I can technically use sleight of hand to craft things, too.
Should I use my?
Nope, that was just the number of minutes it took you to do this.
Should
Okay.
I use my?
So 16 minutes.
It took you 16 minutes to construct the ladder.
Okay, now you just go across the bridge and keep the ladder with me.
That's not bad at all.
Should I?
No.
Should I use
For how
my?
little you are, that was fast.
Yeah, right?
Should I use acrobatics or athletics?
Run out of materials if I'm not.
Dexterity.
Dex.
Cool.
We're gonna go straight
Had
dex
no time
on
at
this
all, but you and I
one.
take time.
Well, you're supposed to be rolling 2d20.
I know. I need another one. I only got
Oh,
one.
here.
Gotta do things quick.
Haji.
I've got 4 little sisters and a little
There you
brother
go.
There we
that
go.
all like using
That almost
computers.
went into John's code.
I know, that's why I was glad you caught that.
You can keep them at my house.
Yeah! I got an 18.
With disadvantage, you took the lower
Or
one?
no, the lower one.
They're
I got.
modifications
I got a 10.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Got a
10 was the
10 was my low one.
was the DC, but you are covered in mud, so let's hope that I roll under a 10. I rolled a 14. You kind of do what you said, but then at the end cartwheel, you tried to like fancy do a handstand because you're actually pretty proud of yourself for getting this far. And
So I didn't make my backflip?
you did not make your backflip all the way. You flipped backwards, but then you also landed on your back and immediately squealed with delight as her, "Yee, I'm a turtle!"
That is awesome because that's what I was just thinking.
I know.
I was just thinking I'm gonna kick my feet up and be like, I'm a turtle! I'm a turtle! Help! I'm a turtle!
You
I
better
can't
get
get up!
help your wayward friend.
I can't get
Because
up!
he's a turtle on his back, I walk over and use my ladder to flip, pry him back over onto his belly so that he can get up.
Awesome.
Please roll a dex. No.
Boys back.
Wait, Fish Tank, how tall are you?
Like a little under 3 foot.
That's why I'm using a lever.
All the same, roll a strength check.
Oh, cool.
Am I rolling for strength too?
No, you're a willing target.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's just one of them days, 9.
Okay, you.
Oh, 9 plus 1, 10, I'm sorry.
If he had been kicking less and possibly slightly less completely covered in mud now, front and back, you probably would have, but he keeps slipping off the lever just as you start to get it.
Shake my head. Take my ladder. Here, kingy.
I jump back on the log with my quarterstaff and I kind of hold it above him so he can grab onto it and pull himself up.
Alright.
Alright,
I'm gonna try to do that.
roll a strength check.
How big is the staff that you're putting in?
It's a quarterstaff, so just like a wooden bamboo staff.
How tall?
I'm 5
Tall
foot,
enough.
so about as tall as I am.
Average.
4 or 5 feet.
I'm gonna try and do like a spin move as I get up.
He's gonna try and be a superhero about it.
Roll a strength check and a dex check.
Or acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics.
23
23 on the strength check.
on the acrobatics.
Okay.
So
Roll
if
the
it was strength, it would be 16.
Roll
Okay.
strength first.
Yeah, the strength first. So 16, that's good enough though. You do hold on to the staff. Now roll the acrobatics.
27.
This kid actually manages to do exactly that.
I'm gonna Peter Pan up the stick.
You gonna do the superhero land? You gonna pose?
Yeah, I gotta
You
do
a
that.
poser.
I gotta do that like, Black Widow pose. The whole like.
Nice!
Look at him.
Put down the hand and flip back the hair. Ah!
Look over, you're such a poser.
That's what my mom says. Or I should say, used to say before she got eaten by a dinosaur.
When did she get eaten by a dinosaur?
Before I came out to see you guys. When we were all in the theater, you didn't see the big old dinosaur come out of nowhere and go.
No.
Are you telling us your parents just died and you're out here playing in the field?
Maybe.
Wait, there's a...
Why you not asking me questions? You reading a book?
I am.
Alright, welcome back. What you twirling my toes for? Stop twirling my toes.
Core?
Literally right
My
now.
toes.
Fish Tank says his parents died earlier this morning and instead he wanted to play.
My cape's all muddy. I gotta take my cape off.
I am.
Do you just drop it in the field behind you?
No.
No, you. So you.
I'm
There
gonna,
is
roll it
Service,
up.
I think Fish Tank may be in shock.
I'm gonna roll it up and put it in my little
I
bag.
think you might not all be there.
And I'm gonna take my mask and I'm gonna put my mask up, just put it over one eye.
Are you a pirate now?
Yes. Dorian Stone of the pirates. I'm captain. Ship captain.
And the one's highly perked, very tall ears just kind of laid down. Like,
I'm gonna look over at the frogs and be like, "Swab the deck, me mateys!"
The frogs all look at you, and you hear.
Swab the deck or you walk the plank! I'm gonna pull out a stick. Put it on the edge of the log.
From among the frogs, out from the root of the big tree, where it's kind of hanging off the embankment, waddles this giant, big, bulbous butt bullfrog.
I would bet you that one's the king.
I bet so.
So, young man, you think you like crowning my mates?
Well, to be fair, I didn't know what crowning meant. I was always told, that if you want to crown something, you gotta whack it on the head.
I heard it was a medical term from my 30-year-old sister.
You know, someday you'll all grow up. And when you do, you won't hear the sounds, the language of the frogs. You won't be able to talk to the birds, or the rushes, or the trees. But before that day happens, I have a special task for you.
I made a real crown out of sticks.
He reaches out his little frog legs.
Hey?
You'll have to put it on me head.
Okay.
I ain't got arms, you know. That was very thoughtful, young man. My daughter is missing. And I cannot finish being crowned king unless I have a hero. Perhaps even a superhero.
We only got the pirate now. We left with the superhero, but he turned into a pirate.
We can still be your heroes.
I'll be a hero. I like the idea. So I'm dressed as I'm not dressed for heroics. I'm dressed as a wizard.
That is because it was not you who was supposed to be the hero, but you who must tell the story when this is all over. You must tell me the story of how it came to be. And you are to sing a song at my coronation. And they say you are the painter. You are to paint my picture. And you, sir,
Jump for fish tank!
I see my superhero has arrived. And you, sir, you must build my palace and my throne and a moat to keep all my people safe.
How many frogs do I have to build it for?
No, really, just me and my daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to need measurements.
Well, not out here in the open. I don't want people knowing how big my butt is.
He's talking about for your house. How big you would want your castle and throne, sir.
Oh,
How big
Hey.
you want it.
Well,
That big my
obviously,
feet.
we need to know how big his bottom is so we can see.
My feet.
yeah. Wait until we send everyone away.
I'm not a pig. I don't like frog butts.
Now, you can work together, or you can work separately, or you can work in teams. It is up to you how the heroes of the day accomplish the tasks before them. So, did the muses choose me right this year? Are you the heroes who will find my daughter and bring her back to my palace of stick and mud in time for my coronation? And will you attend the festivities in the honor of coming spring?
At your service, my liege. And I clumsily drop all my pencils and shit.
I like an artist like you.
Pull out a little drafting notebook, pencil, start drawing the frog with a huge butt in the cartoon of the frog.
And with that, we are going to take our first abbreviated bio break. See you back here in about 10.
Did you want to say
Damn it.
something?
Now I'm gonna have to ask when we come back.
Oh, wait. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Egbert wants to know if there's any crab legs.
Not here.
What about frog legs? Egbert likes frog legs.
What? Read the room.
But
He doesn't eat the frog legs.
That's
No,
the
we
point.
jump on them.
He wants to know if he got any frog legs that he can put on because his monster feet are gone.
I think that would be your area of expertise, sir, not mine. But you're welcome to examine my fine legs if you like.
I look at that frog and I make the butt of my cartoon even bigger. I'm okay, thank you.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a brief bio break. We will see you everyone back here in about 10 minutes. I will have to add it to the description because I totally forgot. But a big shout out tonight for
Bless you.
the music tonight by Channel Music and Music. And I will add their link to the description. So, sorry I kind of missed announcements today. But we will be right back. All
As
right.
any good author would.
Right.
And we're back.
Hello, hello.
So once again, big shout out and thank you to Music and Music, that's Music with a C and Music with a K, for the break and beginning track for the evening. And also a great big shout out to Jordan, who made this fantastic broccoli Alfredo. What else is in this?
Chicken broccoli Alfredo.
Chicken broccoli Alfredo bake that is just lovely.
Yum.
All right.
I'm not in my superhero costume. I can't do it and eat at the same time. I'm a little too fat, man. Sorry.
All right.
He's not fat, he's just pudgy.
That's true.
So, it's plan of action time for our intrepid group of heroes.
I'm distracted writing.
So, where was your daughter last seen? What is your name, sir? What can we call you besides Frog King?
Oh, I am King Bulrush the Third.
What happened to the last two?
That's not a very nice thing to ask. My father passed away and his father before him. We're frogs, you know. We are mortal.
So somebody crowned you the first time the wrong way besides me?
Not sure I want you rescuing my daughter.
Well,
Fish take. Let me handle this.
Ooh, I asked a question. I'm gonna call him Bruno, because I can't pronounce the bullfrog, blah, 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 blah.
Bulrush.
Boop, 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 boop.
King Leopold Bulrush the Third.
Leo.
There
That'll
comes the
do.
charm.
Is that okay if we call you that?
That'll do.
I mean, we are just kids. It's hard for us to pronounce certain words.
King Leopold Bulrush III.
Leopold Bulrush.
Okay, at least the people that can are in double digits, but we still got an 8-year-old that has, I think, some kind of educational something.
Delay?
Looks over real quietly. Okay, you can still hang out, but be honest. Did you drop yourself on your head a lot as a child?
No, according to my mommy and daddy, when I was in the crib and I got bigger and I moved to a bed, I had the problem where I would roll over and I would fall, and they said it made me brain dead. Well, they didn't say brain dead, they said special, but the kids at school say brain dead.
Kids are so mean.
Well, that answers that.
So, thank you, Leo. We appreciate the compromise.
No problem. Now, you all have tasks to perform. So off with ya.
I gotta build him a castle. I actually start I take out measurements of the Frog King.
I'll help you draw up blueprints.
So yeah, you guys can work on blueprints on our way to look for the daughter. Because I think we need to stick together to do that. I think we all need to be together to look for the daughter.
Well, no, because he needs to be here building the palace.
True.
So you and I can go look for the daughter.
You three can, and us two can stay here and work together.
Yeah.
Oh dear, and whatever is the writer going to do?
Well, all the action's gonna be with saving the princess. I mean,
I'm gonna be following along, writing down everything that happens, because Calliope told me to write a story about today.
So the two of you are saying to build the Frog King a palace, and the rest of you, or a castle, and the rest of you are headed to find the princess, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Pudgy, fearless leader of that squad, seems to be really focused on the glorious food, and I don't blame you one bit. So we're going to start with Cora and Horace.
So, I'm thinking about this. He wants a moat around it. How big around do we need a moat so the frogs feel safe? I mean, the frogs.
Your Majesty, as I curtsy with my notebook in my hand, attached to the side of my skirt. How many, other than just your daughter, how big of a palace do you exactly need? I mean, obviously you have lovely servants and guests. So we're trying to figure out the dimensions of how big of a palace you're requesting from us. Not to mention, how big are these frogs?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's the bigger question.
So this bullfrog you're looking at is about this.
Oh,
Okay, he's
so
a big
like
ass
African
bullfrog.
He's
dinosaur.
a big ass bullfrog.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, he is a big frog.
You're gonna have to name him Bertha.
I told you I drew Dippedonkedonk, right?
I would like a nice, moist palace made of mud and sticks and stones, but mostly mud. And I'd like it to be 3 times my height. He's about like that.
I got you for the top part of the castle.
Oh, I was thinking
And
something
5
like
times my girth.
So a fairly big castle.
And yeah, is that enough?
Look at him. Yes. By the way, just out of curiosity, how good is your math?
Oh, I'm a king. My math is fine.
I'm not actually drawing the blueprints right now. I will have candid art later eventually for the blueprints.
I love you.
But pretending to be drawing up the blueprints to his dimensions and specifications.
Try to be really quiet about it as I go. Draw it a little bit smaller. I don't think he can math.
This is just a blueprint. We'll do the math.
Right. I don't think we gotta make it 5 times as great.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of people that he's gonna come visit. There's gonna be all sorts, like, so he needs the extra room. He needs a kind of a big castle.
Also, he has a daughter who lives with him.
Yeah,
We only
she's probably
said
just
5
as big.
times his girth, which would be his body size times 5. It's not even that wide.
Yeah. We got this. It's like building a sandcastle at the lake.
Oh boy. It's got a big sandcastle, but okay.
Uh-huh.
I actually pull out my screwdriver
Mm-hmm.
and start using it to start chiseling cogs and splitting sticks into planking.
Beams and...
Well, planking for a drawbridge.
Okay.
And weaving bark together into rope chains.
Nice. So the 2 of you are beginning blueprints and construction. Where are you planning on placing this?
I was thinking...
There, hold on, where did the map go?
I was thinking fairly close so we can have a natural water source to fill the moat.
Okay, so we are on this island.
Yes, correct.
I'm thinking we put the back end of his castle off of this so we can get around with the moat.
Oh, yeah, I like that idea. And there's not much land or anything on this side.
Yeah, that's all marshy. I mean, it's land, but it's all marshy land, and then there's like little rivulets.
We can
running
use
through
the
it.
mud to build up the walls.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, we'll be on the backside over here for the king's castle.
Maybe we should put a little back escape. We should put a coward's passage at the back of it.
Absolutely. Frogs always have an escape route in their little burrows for hibernation season. And I do believe we should probably build half the castle underground as well so they have a nice hibernating hole for when it's winter time.
Oh, he'll be fine. It's spring. The first rain will have already collapsed it. And then he'll be a muddy frog. Maybe that's the whole point, is he wants to be a mud-soaked frog.
I
At
was,
random.
I was thinking we'll use the mud as like flooring with straw and making bricks that way. And then I was thinking we could use sticks and mud and use the mud as like mortar and use bricks to hold it up so the castle doesn't collapse on the frog.
That's a
An
good idea.
artist's eye indeed.
But we need to make it drippy and gooey and damp. And how are we going to try
Just
to
a nice little wallow will
We
do.
can put moss
Sit.
and things in there and use mossy covered rocks to help
Good
with
girl.
it being damp. And I mean the mud brick that we use with the grass to thicken the brick and hold it together is still gonna stay damp and it can always be
We could put a mud pit in the middle and put the throne in the middle of the mud.
That's how we can make his throne is a nice mud pit. Does the king like to wallow in mud?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of figured, but
Yes.
let's. Okay.
We need to make sure it's stagnant enough to breed mosquitoes.
I think the marsh around is stagnant enough for that.
But
Not
if we
really.
but if we make it stagnant enough to breed mosquitoes, then he can never have to move his fat bump.
Now that's a man who knows how to treat a king.
I mean, I wasn't completely objecting. I was just thinking, there is plenty of insects in the marsh. But you are not wrong. We should definitely do the buffet.
I know how we can get the buffet started. Sting, come on. That'll draw flies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looked like Fish Tank enjoyed it.
Fish Tank does enjoy dropping the stink bomb, that's for sure.
I'm thinking of Fish Tank, Jarvis, and I got it. I don't got it. What was your name? Nyla. Fish Tank, Jarvis, and Nyla. You have begun to make your way across the marshlands again, correct?
Yes.
Describe the manner in which you are traveling through the meadows and fields and light forests. Okay?
I'm just kind of being vigilant.
I did mean describe.
Oh, not act up. I am walking with ears perked forward, eyes up and then down and then up and then down and up and then down.
Okay.
Excuse me. I am kind of just walking through, keeping my eyes vigilant for any danger as we're looking for any threats that could lead us to the princess. Any clues or anything that just seems odd.
Okay, stand by. Fearless leader,
Retard.
Fish Tank.
Fearless Leecher.
Fish Tank. Well, you know, it could be a very small fish tank.
Right?
Fearless leader, Fish Tank.
Fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
He's a leader fish tank. He's a fishbowl.
Yeah, at that point.
How are... Love that random word association. Okay. How are you making your way through the meadows and marshes and forested lands? And which way are you leading them? Okay.
Oh, we're building
You were here.
Okay.
This is back to town. This is the way you came.
So we gotta go that way?
You got it. Well, that is one way you could go. It is the way you have not yet been.
Well, I mean, unlike them, I can swim.
Okay.
So that would be the most logical way, because otherwise I'm just gonna dip and go.
Okay, none of this is water.
Damn it.
However, it is particularly marshy right here, and these are stepping stones, like skipping stones.
Oh, okay, then we're gonna be walking across those then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little watery there. Not enough for swimming, unfortunately. Not right there.
And which way is north on the map? That way? Okay. So we gotta go south?
Well, that's the way that there's an easily identifiable path. Technically, none of these are actually barriers. They're just showing you elevations. Sorry, I'm not a very good map maker. They're just showing you elevations. So,
Yeah.
like, this is slightly higher ground, and this is marshier, wetter.
Yeah, so we gotta go southeast. Yeah.
Okay. Across the skipping stones.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to like reach down into a puddle in the marshland, and I'm going to lift my hand up and put a leaf on top, and I'm going to take a little piece of metal that's from my pin that holds my cape on, and I'm going to lay it on top of the leaf, and I'm going to see which way it turns, and then I'm going to start heading southeast.
Well, the metal doesn't turn at all, but since you...
It's a compass.
Not without a magnet, it's not.
You don't need a magnet. You have the magnetic polarity of the world.
Oh, okay.
That's how you can make a survivor's compass. You use a needle and put it on top of the leaf
Yep.
in a body of water.
Yep. Okay. Of course, your compass for some reason is facing southeast. So,
No, it's facing north. I'm just walking the opposite direction.
oh, okay.
He didn't know which point on it was the one he was supposed to follow.
Oh, I see. I see. So,
That's how it is.
everybody going across those stepping stones, go ahead and roll a dex check.
They left your 10-year-olds to build
18.
a castle, and the older kids all went to find a princess.
18. You... 19. You go skipping across some... Boom! 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 Monster feed! You do the prettiest little hopscotch. Boom, boom, boom! Boom, boom, boom! And Jarvis,
18.
go ahead and roll.
18.
And you, thinking you are Atreyu himself, confidently walks across those stones as if they were put there just for you. And you come upon a field here covered in mushrooms. Everywhere, everywhere, many, many beautiful, brightly colored mushrooms. What do you do?
Without breaking the game again. Without breaking the game again.
Yeah.
Which children?
Okay. To be clear, it's not that kind of encounter.
I mean,
Yes, but please don't break my game again.
to be fair, you're a teenager.
I was gonna say, yeah, I could handle it. I'm a teenager. I could totally deal with it.
You're currently the oldest with an 8-year-old in the group.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm deciding not to eat the mushrooms and test to see what they would do.
Leader, Press. Follow the leader.
Just saying, they're in the
All
If
right.
you eat the mushroom since you're the oldest, I'm gonna turn around and eat that mushroom too. I'm just saying.
But you're the leader.
Yeah, but I'm derpy. Like,
He's just being honest.
I mean, to be fair, I am an 8-year-old that seems to have 2 different personalities that you've seen so far. I'm kind of out there.
What are you doing?
Me? I am going to run around looking for a tree in and out of stealth. Like, poof, disappear, run around, look for a tree, poof, reappear, run around, look for a tree, poof, disappear, run around, look for a tree. Doing a pee-pee dance.
Roll D percentile. And Nyla.
Very absent-mindedly, I'm just sitting, watching, kind of, every time they move a little further than I can see, I hop to catch up. Writing down everything that I see.
Please roll a D
So for
D percentile.
percentile, I rolled this one, which I'm pretty sure is the percent one. I got 90.
And then roll a d10 for the ones digit.
Mm-hmm.
I flipped it. Roll that one. So 97.
I also got 97.
Mm.
And I'm kind of just walking through, enjoying the colors and the sights, and just kind of keeping my wits about me because I do have an 8-year-old with me that I gotta kind of keep an eye on.
Doesn't mean you can't grab something.
Roll a perception check.
I mean, you do have an 8-year-old that keeps disappearing and reappearing, running around doing a pee-pee dance. I need to find a warp tunnel.
We are in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I know, I need to find
There
a
it
warp
is.
tunnel.
Where's my perception?
Excuse me. To be fair, it tastes
There it is.
amazing.
Plus 3. So, dirty 20.
Thank you.
So you notice as he's tearing around in and out of stealth, and the Herongon is bopping around on the ground, that along their way they are knocking over incredible numbers of mushrooms.
Oh no.
They're absolutely destroying parts of these mushroom patches.
Guys, watch your step. You need to be nice to these. That you don't know if they're creatures, you don't know if they're sentient, you don't know if you're hurting them. Just gotta be nice.
Probably
Be
want a milk
careful.
bone?
You're destroying entire patches of
Probably want a milk
ecosystems.
bone.
But I need a tree!
So, find your tree, but watch your step.
I can't find a tree and I got a tangle!
So go behind a mushroom. There's plenty of them.
That's not big enough.
There are some rather larger
There are
mushrooms.
some pretty large mushrooms, and if you ask us politely, we'll probably turn around.
No.
There are no trees on this part of the map. Just mushrooms.
I'm gonna go hide behind a mushroom and go pee. On a bunch of mushrooms, because, you know, according to you, there's mushrooms everywhere. So I'm gonna flood in some mushrooms. I'm just saying. I got to go.
As you go behind one of the larger mushrooms and you peek around both sides of the mushroom just to make sure that your friends can't see you. And you start to pee and you hear, "Oi! My garden! My chanterelles!"
I am so sorry. What can I do to make this up to you?
Oh, you can't hear this yet. He walked away. Well, he bounded away quite a ways.
I'm gonna look around for the voice
Well, if it
while
was
I'm
loud enough,
peeing.
I wouldn't-
So I'm probably gonna pee on this person, just so you know.
Oi, oi, oi! Watch the splash! Watch the splash! And off from behind a not quite as big as the mushroom that you're behind comes this very tiny little gnome with his little red hat. And he's standing there, his arms akimbo. Oi! Do you know how much of our crop you ruined?
Stop looking at my pee-pee!
Can I hear any of this?
Well, you heard that. Oi! Do you know how much of me garden you ruined?
I didn't know it was a garden. I just had to pee, and they said to be behind the mushroom, so I would be behind the mushroom.
Well, don't mind the peeing, it's the stomping we object to. Look! Look at what you and your friends did!
And I
But But I can't have it. I got monster feet. Rawr!
And
Rawr!
I kind of walk up as I hear all this, as I'm gently making my way through the mushrooms as I encourage them to do. And I look at the farmer and I go, I am so sorry. Is there any way I can make this up to you in any way? I know we are a bunch of kids, but I can help in some way. Maybe we can do chores for you,
You have.
or work off some labor to help.
You have
You
You have a bone.
But what about that one? And he points
have a
off
bone.
to.
Here, look.
Uh,
You got a bone.
I've since,
Nyla.
like, as soon as being told I was crushing mushrooms, I made a wide berth between me and anything that looked like a mushroom.
There is no way to make a wide berth. There's only ways to step carefully. There is no wide berth. You are in a field of mushrooms, large and small.
Well, with this foot, I'm being very careful then. With this foot, while I am, like, trying to look down and be mindful of where it's going, I can't actually always tell.
Fair.
So I catch a mushroom here and there, but I am attempting care while I'm also trying to make sure I get all the details.
And you've walked over to where everybody else is?
Yes, as soon as I was told I was being untoward, I started stepping very carefully with one foot and as carefully as possible with the other.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I made a river, and I'm gonna use my animate water to make a river with my pee.
Well, that was somewhat thoughtful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Trying to get it away
And
from
yes,
the
there is
mushrooms.
something you can do. You can help us stop more mushrooms. See all those little heads you knocked off? Well, at least the spores are still good. So, come with me. We'll gather up the broken pieces. You're going to help me replant my garden.
Okay.
These are chanterelles, right?
Chanterelles, morels, lion's mane, turkey feather, chicken of the woods. You name it, we got it.
Oh, well then, while I'm writing, I can make a paste up of what we've already crushed and it'll grow out of the earth on its own.
Well, yes, that is how you grow mushrooms. Now come along. We have a lot of picking things up to do. And his wife and his daughters, you see, are already out in the mushroom patch. Very little, all of them wearing cute little red little cone hats. And they're going around and they're very carefully putting all the lion's mane in one basket and all the morels in one basket. And they're, everything that got knocked over, they're recultivating. And so, when they're finished, I assume that
As I go to start picking that up, I take my prosthetic off and string it up over my shoulder so I can just use my good foot and hop carefully along the trail that I'd made.
Cool.
So basically, you're hoeing the ground.
No, I'm being very careful not to make more of a mess while going back through my mess.
Makes sense.
The little ones shove baskets in all of your hands for you to put the mushrooms in.
Lucky.
And everybody roll me a d20.
I'm number 2.
18.
Nice.
I'm trying to be careful.
Are the two of us over here building the
18.
Beware
So-
of falling dog.
The two of you are actually really successful at filling up the baskets with broken bits of mushroom. It doesn't take terribly long, despite the fact that you were running like a small child. You knew exactly where you were going because you were looking for a tree, and some of those mushrooms did look nice. So, also you can kind of see the path of destruction you left, so you just sort of follow that back, and you pick up as many broken mushrooms as you can. You, who had been being careful in the first place, kind of kept an eye on specific places where the mushrooms had been broken up, and so you sort of headed to those places to clean up the damage there. And you kept trying very, very hard to pick up mushrooms, but on account of the fact that you took your prosthetic foot off, every time you bent down to pick one up, you teetered, you tottered, you had a very difficult time keeping your balance, and sometimes when you would lean over, the basket would just go. It was a chore, and in the same amount of time, you got approximately 1/10 of what your friends did. But you had them all sorted nicely.
So it took me time. I was wobbly, but I got it.
There is that. And after a while, you can hear from one of the mushrooms, one of the large mushrooms, you can hear ding 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 ding. All right, that's good enough. It's lunchtime. Come on in, come on in.
So, do you guys want to join them or do you want to continue?
I think it's only fair that we join them for at least a little bit.
Well, you
I agree,
should bring
'cause I
the
have a-
mushrooms back to them.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna do. I'm just discussing if we were just
We
dropping
heard
off the
about-
mushrooms or if we're gonna
Yeah.
stay for lunch. So I think
We
we
should stay for lunch, and we should grab a portion for Cor and for Horace, right?
I agree. And we can ask them a few things, see if they've seen the princess anywhere. Or seen or heard anything.
You can build me.
So, you make your way towards where you can hear the sound ding 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 ding. And you see a large mushroom, and it's got this beautiful blue cap on it, these little white little dots, and in the stalk is this beautiful little blue door, and inside the door is the gnome mom. Ding 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 ding. Oh, let's see your baskets, lovies. Come on.
Here you go.
Oh, you did such a nice job. Now, I'll show you the trick here. In just a minute. Here you go, lovey. Oh, is that your lucky foot?
Yeah, I lost it in a bet with a fae.
Oh, yeah, you should know better than to be gambling with the
Oh,
fae.
I was only 5. I followed this butterfly through this like hole in a tree that I thought was really, really cool. You know, you go down holes all the time with rabbits. So I went and followed this butterfly down a hole and ended up upon this group of fae that were playing this game of cards. And I didn't think that they were going to be really good at cards, so I bet my lucky foot that I could beat them. And I lost, but they gave me this nifty prosthetic. And honestly, I think it's cooler than my lucky foot anyways. Oh.
Well, that does explain a few things about how you got here.
And I'm supposed to be dumb.
And you, young man.
I'm a superhero.
Mushrooms.
Yes,
Mushrooms
you
for
are.
steak.
Can I see your basket? Oh my! You are as industrious as you are destructive. A winning combination, yeah? All right. Now, here's the part. Here's the part that gets real interesting. She ushers you inside, and it is this nice, warm, light, woodsy kitchen. And she has like a cheesecloth laid out, and she starts taking the mushrooms and she puts them down on the cheesecloth, and she spritzes them and she covers them and she spritzes them a little more. Now, we'll let those babies rest for a little while and then they will begin to grow. But first we must get you some lunch. And she goes over to this big steaming pot on the stove, and she starts ladling up each of you a big, hefty bowl of mushroom soup.
I have a question.
Here you go, lovey. You want to look up from your writing from time to time. There's a real world out there, you know.
Before we leave, I have 2 more members of my group that are off helping the new Frog King build his castle. Could we get a couple portions for them? Because they might be famished after doing all that hard work.
Well, that's a very thoughtful thing of you to say. Very thoughtful. I'm sure we can accommodate. And she goes rummaging around in a little cupboard, and she gets out two more bowls with lids. She sort of sticks them on. She takes them off. She sticks them on. Sugar. And she goes and she actually puts sugar around the edge of the lids for both bowls and then sticks them on so that they will stay, and brings them out to you. Here you go, Freefritz. Be gentle, those lids don't
Here, I have a good satchel.
Awesome, thank you.
What you see is that I lay down the wooden siding of my satchel to give it a hard bottom, and then just kind of tuck my books around each bowl to give it some stability.
Nice.
The wooden back was to keep my satchel from just straight wrecking my hip on the side of my prosthetic.
Now, where are you lovely children off to?
We are actually going to look for the daughter of the new Frog King. She is missing. Have you seen or heard anything about this?
As a matter of fact, she was through here just a couple of hours ago. Right before dawn it was. She was off to play with her friend Charlotte, I think.
And what kind of creature is Charlotte?
I don't know. I don't play with frogs.
Well, probably a frog.
Yeah, that's something we can maybe go back to the king and ask, see if he knows who that is.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
She wouldn't be going back home. No. The coronation's today. I'm sure she's off making trouble like she always does. I think her friend Charlotte lives in these woods right here. And she points out the window to this little patch right here.
Alright.
Okay.
By marshlands.
And I just kind of finished my soup, and it was delicious, and I hand her back the bowl. Thank you so much.
You really are the most polite lad. Thank you so much, and thank you for helping with our garden. I don't know why they send the children out here every year. It's such a crucial time for the babies.
So, what are you guys doing?
I don't eat food from strangers.
I have sucked down every bit while, spoon is on the table and I'm...
We help them. They're being grateful. It's rude not to.
I don't eat food from strangers. Do you accept food from strangers? I don't accept food from
I
strangers.
obviously did and handed her back the bowl.
Look here, man. I am this many. I don't eat food from strangers.
Would you eat
Well,
from the bowl
that's
that
a-
I've eaten from?
Yes.
Here. Pours his portion into my bowl, takes a big gulp right in front of him and hands it to him.
Okay. I'll take it. Let's start eating it.
The blinding logic of 6.
Hey.
Not much of a difference in the blinding logic, to be
No.
fair.
It's a little bit nicer of a tactic than, well, fine, if you don't want it, you can't have it. Which also works on 8-year-olds.
That wouldn't affect me. I'm a superhero. Fine. You know what? You can't have it. Fine.
Phenomena.
All right. So, I believe, Fish Tank, it is time for you to continue on your adventure.
Da, 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 da. I'm gonna leave and be careful walking around through the mushrooms and start heading towards the little island.
I follow.
Being a little more careful with my prosthetic, I am following along, only spending moments more looking up from my book.
Okay.
The extra second it takes to look at my feet.
So eventually, you guys make your way through the mush and the marsh and the muck and the mud with mirth. Go ahead and once again describe how you are making this trek from point A to point B.
How soft is the ground?
It's pretty marshy where you're headed. Like, the area you're headed to is up higher and clearly dry land, but the area between where the mushrooms end and where that patch of trees is ankle
That's what I was
deep
gonna
water.
say. Imagine being
and-
stuck in ankle deep mud
Yeah,
and just
and
trying
with,
to
with
slosh your way around.
tall grasses,
Yeah.
reeds.
So imagine just kind of walking like you're kind of sloshing your way through, kind of struggling.
So you're no, it's not really so deep that you would need to struggle through it.
But it's still ankle.
It's like it's the kind of deep that kids love, just deep enough to be truly freaking fun.
I got on dinosaur feet. The equivalent of that is like, walking on snow with snowshoes.
Okay,
I don't really have to worry about sinking too much.
I'm using a small knock in my staff to pull my prosthetic up with the steps that get stickier.
okay.
I've been in marshes like this with this foot, and sometimes it needs a little help coming up, or I'll leave it behind.
Is it like foggy or is it like clear? Or?
It's a clear, beautiful spring morning. Actually, it's not particularly foggy. A little chilly, but not foggy.
So I'm just using my quarterstaff to kind of keep my balance as I work my way through
Okay,
this
so
marsh.
so this time you guys are going low and slow, not really playing, or how about you, monster foot?
I'm gonna be like, if there's no mushrooms around or anything I gotta worry about stepping on, I'm gonna be like stomping around, like making dinosaur noises.
No. No.
Okay.
My responses.
Just splashing around little bits of puddle here and there.
Okay, and we are going to get back to the three of you in just a moment, but for a moment we are going to turn our attention back to Horace and Cora. Or, is it Cora or Cor?
Correct.
Correct.
Correct. So I am doing ultra fine detail in some of the bricks for the interior. I'm I'm molding the mud to have froggy faces for some of the stone archways, and I'm delicately painting them, kind of sloppily.
I love you. And you.
Got the drawbridge working. Have managed to basically build myself a little excavator out of sticks and using wooden cogs to shovel out a moat.
Nice.
It's on a curve, so it's going to make a perfectly round circle into the deeper water anyway.
I'm helping him stack anything tall that he needs me to stack in the meantime too.
Aww.
I've also built scaffolding for when there's, as you can still reach it, sort of.
Both of you roll d20s with advantage.
Not actually biting me.
No. I don't know where the streak came from though.
11.
We just found a stray that followed us.
Right.
Okay. You have great ideas and you're very industrious. However, on
And 10.
account of
And
mostly on account of your height, not so much 10. You got the vision. You know what needs to be done. But you're oh so small. And even for this frog, you need some sticks and the beams that are just a little taller than you can manage. And even though Corey has helped you quite a bit, not everything came out just exactly right, and you find yourself having to re-engineer and reshuffle. You don't know much about building, but the bricks that you have made and the little froggy faces reliefs in the mud, nobody can deny looks quite good.
And Leopold Bulrush III at one point even walks over to one of them and peers at it.
I croak at him. I was just checking it out.
I like it.
I
It
tried
looks like my grandfather. How'd you do that?
I based him off your image, sir.
Fine. Fine specimen indeed. This shall be the greatest bulrush palace yet.
What happened to all the other palaces?
Oh, wow. Mother Winter, of course. Every year, Mother Winter takes the palaces away and makes the world clean again. Takes all the refuse of the summer and the autumn. and then we must have our children and begin again. Is that not how it works where you're from?
Kind of.
Well, you see, this guy, the Red Cola King, gets all kinds of big and about himself. And he gets other people to convince that they should be big and about him too. And if you don't listen, whack! They hit you over the head with a club and they throw you behind bars. And if you don't do what they say, whack! They hit you over the head and they throw you in a club behind bars.
Is that what you call crowning?
Yeah, they crown you and then put you behind bars.
Well, it sounds like a brutal way to live. I mean, Mother Winter's not exactly nice, but at least she doesn't generally club you over the head when she takes you home. She just, sweeps it along with everything else.
My oldest brother, Michael, went to the pub one night. And he got a bit drunk. Was peeing in an alley. Next thing he knew, the guards crowned him. He woke up next morning in jail.
Oh. Well, here. Out here we got nothing but flies and mosquitoes as far as the eye can see, and to be honest, we pretty much just piss anywhere, nobody really cares.
At least we don't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I think you should
You
go on
okay?
the throne. Wait, maybe that's why Dad calls it the throne. It's the only place he's king. Well, with 26 siblings, 19 of them being girls, Dad's outnumbered.
I bet.
So am I.
Oh my god. Keep role playing. I was just about to switch to the shirt off.
And as he says that, I kind of like drop a brick as I'm putting it up higher, and it just kind of like, it wasn't like, it just.
What are the chances of said brick hitting me?
Well, strength check.
Me or him?
Hi.
You.
Hi. Hi. What are you doing? Hi.
13.
Nah, it stays right in place. She got it up there pretty solid, actually.
So, how many floors did he want it?
Oh, I really just need the one, level, if that's what you mean. Just, nice and wide. Maybe a bath. Maybe a good wallow. And, at least one room, that's a little dry in case it gets chilly.
Yeah.
Start finding some really good clay and start shaping a hearth to put into one room.
All right. And switching back to fish tank, Nyla, and Jarvis.
She really likes being
Yeah, she does.
I was told that when I got her that she likes to hang out by the head.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Too cute.
Yeah, you know you're too cute.
Oh, look, all up in the eyeball.
You know, if I lick somebody's eyeball, they get really angry. Puppy licks somebody's eyeball, nobody says anything.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The magic of canine. Anyways.
I'm gonna start to run towards the marsh area, keeping track of like my footing and where like what I'm stepping on.
Okay. When you reach this area, roll a perception check, each of you.
and I'm following it behind, so
Is this my passive perception or just regular perception?
Regular perception.
Alright.
Dirty 20.
23.
Boom, boom, boom.
6.
You hear nothing, but the two of you hear a very, very tiny voice. Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me!
I respond pretty quickly, following the sound.
I'm a superhero. Psst. I'm already on it. I'm already running up there trying to find it.
Okay.
And I'm just following along because I'm the oldest
Are you
and I gotta
doing
make sure
PPV
everybody
style?
stays
Could I
safe.
see your character
course.
sheet for a minute? Literally handwritten character sheet. Do you need more blanks?
Huh?
Do you need more blanks?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Roll and
It's even yellow.
okay. Roll an investigation check.
$11.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Alright. It's the other dice, I put it in the egg.
Oh, that yolk was separated far too well.
That was a 18 plus. Wait, what am I doing?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Investigation, that's another dirty 20, 18 plus 2.
So you're moving along. Fish tank, you are frantically searching kind of everywhere, but you're searching so frantically your eyes aren't really resting in one place long enough to see much of anything.
Okay.
But you, on the other hand, have begun to follow that voice and search just a little more carefully. And you come across what you see is a giant spider's web. You are at one end of it.
What do I see in the web?
It is so large you would have to follow it for a ways before you would see anything at all. It spans across. So the land here is not even. There's little cracks where water has cut the land apart from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular case, there's actually no standing water. This is just above the water line. So there's no water in here right this minute. But in the space between those cracks, this spider's web, which is quite thick, runs all the way down and kind of around and into the earth to a place that you cannot quite see. But you don't see anything trapped in the web. However, you can see the web ever so slightly moving.
Okay, I'm gonna follow along the crack.
You're not going to call for anybody?
You know what? No, I am 12 years old and have the attention span of a fruit fly.
Okay.
Well, you're looking at a giant spider web, so that's a very fitting metaphor.
So you're
buzz.
just following the spider's web, correct?
I do let out a very loud, "Oh,
Okay. Roll perception.
cool!" But no, having the attention span of a 12-year-old.
12-year-old.
13.
13. Good.
I got a 14.
Good. So you hear Nyla go, "Oh, cool!" And with her nose face straight down, she starts and hopping along a ridge you can't quite see from where you're standing.
I'm sorry, what? Sorry. Zoned out.
Fish tank, just follow me.
Okay.
I think she needs our help.
Oh, damn.
She got distracted. She needs our help. Oh, cool.
And everybody roll another perception check, all three.
Obviously, I got distracted. I was just like zoned out.
Blue.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
16, 21.
And you guys notice the web moving a little bit more as you come closer and closer, and a tiny voice going, "Help me, help me, help me." And you see this little tiny frog on its back, stuck in the web.
How far are we from the spider? Or the frog stuck in the web?
25 feet.
So, I got an idea. Can I walk up to it but still keep, like, a distance away? And maybe use, like, my spear or my javelin to kind of cut them out of the spider web? Kind
You
of.
don't have a spear or a javelin.
Those were kind of what I had.
These are children. They have no weapons of any kind. I don't think you were in the... Yeah, you can have sticks and stones.
Or my quarterstaff or something. Just use it to, like, kind of break the web up so I can get them out of the web.
You can come within... If you stay along the embankment, you know, so that you're not down into the web, you can come within about 4 feet of the frog.
Is there any evening dew on the web?
Morning dew, there is still just a little bit.
I'm looking for larger collections that I could, like, press my hands and get some on them.
Okay.
I'm looking to make my hands, my foot, and my prosthetic a little bit wet.
Okay. And fish tank, what are you doing?
And dew is the best material for this.
Am I gonna hear you talking about how you're looking for water, or?
Yeah, I'm talking about, I'd like to wet my paws. Dew's a little thicker on the fur. It sits a little heavier.
I'm gonna cast create water on a dude to kind of like give it more abundance.
Okay.
Well, if you want to just wet me entirely, that'll be perfect.
I can do that too. Yes.
Okay, so you splash Nyla with
5-gallon
water.
water board.
And I am
And the
absolutely
frog,
damn just
and the
having a
frog,
fun
still stuck in the middle of the web, goes, "Thank you, thank you. I still need help though."
I thought I was getting them out with my
Okay.
quarterstaff.
Yeah, there's the reason I had you hold on. As soon as you touch your staff to the web to start pulling at it, you guys hear another voice coming from somewhat in, like, so I described this bluff with the web running across it. From inside the bluff, you hear another voice coming out from a burrow. Like, "No! No! turn, you all see Spider. Big Spider. Coming right for the little frog.
I'm gonna cast Destroy Water on the web, in which case it turns it into string. It's no longer sticky.
It gets rid of all the dew off the web. It is still sticky.
Damn. You should have destroyed all the moisture in the web.
Not all moisture, just the water.
Damn it. I tried.
Other viscous materials that have no water content.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm 8. I don't know these things.
Live and learn.
Right?
Ma'am? Sir? Dude?
Miss! Don't you touch her! Don't you touch her!
And why not?
Because she's my friend!
Well, friends don't keep friends tied down.
I didn't keep her that way. I didn't know she couldn't go across it. You gotta help. You gotta help.
Can I? This spider is much bigger than me, right? I'm 2 foot tall.
No, the spider's less than half your size. Maybe a quarter of your size.
It's a lily pup spider.
My size.
It's a lily pup spider, yes.
But you only have her size or their size.
Yeah, it's a spider that I could walk like a dog.
It'll lick your eyeball when you least expect it, because it's a lily pup spider.
I wring out a bit of my fur into a big, into a big little puddle of water, and was like, "Can you get this onto your spindles?
What?
If you can get your hands wet, you can make slick the inside of the web holding your frog friend down." Sticky things when water is applied are significantly less sticky.
Not spider webs.
Makes it stickier.
Yeah, spider webs get stickier. That's not going to help.
I don't know science.
Look, you have to save her. She's been on her back forever. I tried to turn her over, but she just keeps sticking and I'm not strong enough.
I'm gonna step onto the web.
It breaks under your feet.
Oh no. I attempt to like start back.
Some of it pulls with you on your shoe and your prosthetic, and you definitely ripped it. And Charlotte cringes. Oh, Mom's gonna be so mad at me. Oh. It's okay, Charlotte. You hear the little frog. I'll tell her it's my fault. She knows it's always my fault.
Okay, new plan. Zarvis? Is that your name?
Jarvis.
Yarvis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you get me a large amount of dirt?
Yes.
Please and thank you. My dear spider friend, Charlotte. Could you make a really, really nice thick web leading up to your friend?
I'm not old enough to make a web.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna be all grown up for that.
Oh dear.
Marco.
And the web is too weak for us to just walk across. I'm dearly sorry, but I'm going to have to tug on your web then, I fear. So I can't walk across it to get to the little frog.
Well, you're very little. Maybe you could just reach across and help my friend. They said you're a hero. Is it true?
I'm fish tank.
He's a foot taller than me.
You're Fish Tank the superhero, right?
Yeah, a fish tank.
Then you're the one we've been waiting for. They tell me you can save anybody, that you're very brave.
Fish tank to the rescue!
Oh god.
I'm gonna reach my arm out and try to grab the frog and try to pull the frog off the web.
And you actually quite easily pull her off the web. The web rips. The web rips, and some of it is on her little back. And you'll have to...
Look, you have the cape too!
Oh, it's so pretty! Can you weave it?
I can't.
Well, it was a nice thought anyway.
I can try.
My papa's gonna be so mad at me. I should have been at the coronation hours ago. Well, maybe not too mad at me. Maybe not that many hours. But still, I think I need to go home. But can I bring Charlotte with me? I know she's not a frog, but she's my only friend. My bad.
What do you think?
I don't think that's too bad of an idea.
I don't think so, unless her father has something against spiders.
I don't think they would.
I don't think so either.
If anything, spider webs help the population of small insects be elsewhere.
I think.
Does that mean I can come along?
I think she should ask her mommy and daddy. Or at least tell them she's going.
Well, of course.
We're going. I do believe we're going back to her father.
No, the
No,
spider.
the spider.
The spider, her friend.
Charlotte, you should tell your
Yeah,
parents.
Charlotte. She should tell her parents where she's going.
I'll be right back. And she goes off into a little burrow. And she's gone for like kind of a few minutes. And the little frog still sitting on your hand hops around to look at you and go, "You are a superhero. You really are. Thank you for saving me." And then
Jordan.
Charlotte comes back through her little burrow. She goes, Mom and Dad said I could go as long as I don't get et."
As long as she doesn't get eaten.
Oh.
You can go, just don't get eaten.
At which point, the little frog princess goes, "Oh, I promise I won't let anybody eat you. You're my bestest friend in the whole world. Come on, hero. Let's go home." That'd be your cue, hero.
Yeah. I was trying to get the smoke out of my nose.
Ooh.
Sorry. Are you good? It tickles. But I think I'm gonna pick them both up and see if they want to be picked up, and then I'm gonna start walking towards the
Well-
place we're going. I mean, the frog's already in my hand, but I'm gonna see if the spider wants to be picked up and see if they want to go.
Right. Princess Riblet.
Riblet?
Riblet,
I
Riblet.
want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back riblets.
Princess Riblet.
I didn't know you spoke frog.
Is already sitting in your hand.
Yeah.
But if you want to reach down so that Charlotte can, or I suppose Charlotte could crawl up your pant leg, but you want to tell her that's okay. She's not gonna just crawl on anybody.
Yeah, I'm
without
gonna
asking.
let her know, like, yeah, we're getting ready to leave. Do you want to climb up and instead of having to walk so far?
You mean I can ride on your shoulder like I'm a superhero too?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be the best adventure! And she goes right up your leg and right up your arm, and she just sits on one shoulder.
Cool, because Egbert's on the other shoulder with his cape just flapping in the wind. I'm gonna
And
hand,
the princess is in your hand.
I'm gonna hand the princess and the spider capes and be like, "Do you know what capes do?"
Oh, thank you! Thank you! Oh,
I can only imagine the sight of 8-year-old, 3-foot-tall you with a 1-foot-tall spider riding up. Like a giant
Right.
I love
That's my attack spider. It barks.
that.
Beware the barking spider.
Especially when it's a silent one.
That's.
all right. So,
It's glow in the dark.
you notice at this point that the bird song has changed from the birds of the early morning to the birds of afternoon. And you should be headed back.
We've been at this for a while.
As I'm laying down inside painting a mural on the wall.
So as you guys make your way back, yes, let us return to Horace and Corey.
I'm installing flying buttresses and archways inside of the place.
Nice! You've gotten all artistic and fancy with it, huh?
And we basically made the mud pool look like a Roman bath.
Nice!
With almost a bunch of moss used to make what looks like cushions against one wall for the fat lazy king. And a very little sectioned off piece that has, well, shit in it. To attract flies.
Right, right.
I bet I could
Yeah,
attract
I'm
some
painting murals and I'm doing all the final detail. I'm even like adding the thatch roof to the guard tower on the spire that has, instead of a staircase, it's got like a flat ramp that I carved intricately onto the brick molding
Nice.
so they could boing, 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 and it's got like support because of his genius.
Nice. Did I get a time check? That is
7:30.
7:36. That's what I got up to look at. It's
Yeah,
7:36.
7:30 something.
Okay.
You should be used to this happening with one shot. We do it a lot.
So, before wrapping this up, we're going to take one more very quick 10-minute break.
Perfect.
And then when we return, we will be wrapping up here in just a little while. So thanks for sticking with us. We will be right back after this brief musical interlude, courtesy of Music and Music.
Nice and nice.
All right.
Yeah, I got these left.
And we return.
Yeah, I grabbed one. And then there was a loose one on the couch, so I grabbed it.
And as we return, with Fish Tank in the lead, accompanied by Princess Riblet and Charlotte the Spider, followed by the intrepid Jarvis, and tagging along behind because, you know, writing, the curious Nyla.
Tongue now hanging out of mouth.
And they approach the newly built kingdom of the Frog King, where the moat and palace are. So, Master of Architecture, tell us what we see.
It was carved. That's better. What's that? Okay, so as you're walking up, you see it's got about a 3-foot wide moat with a lashed together drawbridge that seems to function and drops as you're approaching. There are frog images carved into all of the cornerstones and the joining stones.
Like gargoyles.
Yeah, little frog gargoyles, all looking like relatively obese bullfrogs.
Nice.
You smell something to the tune of peat and dookie in the air, and you can hear the buzzing of flies as the fly bait is definitely working. And there's a weird, almost steam rolling out of all of the portcullises of a castle that's probably a lot bigger than what he was asking for, because we had time.
And Cora, tell us what you would like them to see.
So, specifically, a very well carved, with like ivy inlays and thorny bush all wrapped around the spire, as well as like thorns intricately wrapped around the tops of kind of like making it nice and defensive, and then like detailed leaves coming out of the thorns that are like stone inlays, and also if you crawl inside and actually go into the castle, you see a really beautiful mural of the king being crowned and children playing in the background.
I can walk around inside this thing.
Very nice, very nice. And as the three of you approach the newly built castle, you hear what sounds like the beat of hummingbirds' wings and little tiny trumpets. And you see the King Leopold Bulrush walking out from his palace, looking very proud, and he stands at the other end of the moat on the opposite side, and he says in his most commanding voice, "Lower the drawbridge!"
Let loose, and you hear wooden cogs spinning, and I cast grease to make them be quiet and move more smoothly, and everything just
Boom.
and it embeds itself in the mud a little bit.
And the drawbridge, roll a 20, roll a d20.
Everybody or just
Nope, just John.
okay.
Yeah, we'll use that one. It likes me some days. 16.
Nice. It is wide enough for each of you to comfortably fit on it one at a time. It looks surprisingly sturdy, actually. It seems to be a very well-made drawbridge.
And it happy for it because you're not sure about what's in that moat.
Yeah, the moat's pretty stinky.
But it does seem to attract flies well.
Hello, fish tank! Did you bring me my daughter?
Yeah, and a spider.
A spider?
Yeah, spider.
All
Her
the
dearest
frogs.
of friends.
Pardon me?
Your daughter's dearest friend is a spider by the name of Charlotte. Charlotte is your daughter's honored guest.
Riblet? Riblet, is this true?
Guys,
Yes.
I'm not telling him what a riblet is in our book for you.
Nope.
Yes, Papa. It is true. Charlotte's my bestest and only friend, and I love her. And she promised she wouldn't hit me if we promised we wouldn't need her. That's fair, right? You always told me a promise was a promise. Now I suppose I did. That's what I get for teaching my daughter values. All right, she can stay. Besides which, maybe I can get her to build me a web. And you hear Charlotte go, "Oh, I'm not old enough to build a web yet, but I'll help you catch flies if you want." Oh, it's highly irregular, but I'd do anything for my little girl.
Less work.
Come here, Riblet. Come here, darling.
I'm a barbecue
And
sauce.
Riblet jumps, bounces easily into the mud. She kind of does this little slide, whee, right into her papa, who kind of wraps himself around his daughter in something that might be considered a hug, if he were not a large bullfrog. Kind of mostly it just looks like he's crushing her.
No power on earth can stop the blob.
So, there is but 2 tasks left. Well, 3. First, I want to see this mural which you have painted for me.
If you want to show the camera, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, it's splendid! What a splendid mural!
Zoom in. Look, there I am with the cape.
Dee-dee-dee. Why, for 10 years old, you're the best artist I've ever seen. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nurture in the ribs. Looks nothing like him.
And I say, "Thank you, my lord," and clumsily attempt a curtsy.
Your version's cuter. Big frog.
And you who were given the gift of music, from you I would hear on my special day a song.
So this is gonna be a song about kind of just a congratulations on your big day, congratulations on your coronation.
Well, let's hear it, young man, let's hear it.
Get the hammer, turn the crowning.
Congratulations, Sorry. Congratulations, King Bulrush, on your big day. And may I say that it is a wonderful day today. And thank you for your hospitality and thank you for the gifts. And hopefully you'll be a good king to many, many friends. Something like that.
Aww.
Sorry, I'm not a singer.
That's fine.
alright.
That's
It was
fine.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Why, that's the nicest song anybody's ever sung me. Did you hear that croaking? Did you hear it, boys?
I mean,
And-
you could have
and
said
all of-
whips, and I could have been like.
And all around you hear frogs like absolute croaking in glee. Sorry, I really cannot croak like a frog. Apparently, I have tried every kind of sound and none of them are right. And my dear, I hear that you are the one who wrote the epic tale of the adventures. So, now that we are all settled in my beautiful castle, tell us all a story, that I may tell the muses of all your fine deeds here today. Nice.
And
You're welcome. In lieu of recent events, plan.
All right, my king. Here you are. In time untold, when the moss grew lush on the north side of the trees, and the voices of nature's smallest creatures rang through the marshes and moors, the muses came to pirouette. They came on stone and song, on story and brush, and as heroes. They brought a mission on their lips, echoing in the breeze. In eggs they delivered riddles to 5 children they'd each chosen for a unique talent. Calliope chose me, Nyla Tumblefoot, to show the beauty and power of a story. Urania chose Horus to demonstrate the art of architecture. Euterpe chose Yarvis for his grace and song. Kor was selected by Polymnia to bring life and color to the scene, and Thalia chose Fish Tank as our hero Bold to lead the way. First we came upon a bridge troll, and nearly lost his game to thinking we did not like his riddles. We solved them, though, and in the end we crossed into the Morn meadow. Coming upon a mighty log, we found the majestic King Leopold Bulrush III. The mighty King Bulrush sought our aid in finding his lost daughter. We made our way, leaving Horus and Kor, to build him a site, a castle complete with moat and throne, befitting a king and his princess. While on our search, we came upon a vast field of mushrooms. Fish Tank and I fumbled some and knocked over a portion of the garden that it was, and upon visiting its owner, we helped to clear our folly away. Lunch was had with the fine gardeners, a meal of mushroom soup. We collected a portion each for Horus and Kor.
And they hand you each a bowl of mushroom soup.
It's still
We
kind
haven't
of
eaten all day, and we worked our butts off.
yeah, it's still kind of warm because her
I
bag kind of kept
greedily
it
start
insulated.
digging in because we
Right,
had
we
it.
should- nom.
The
Halfling
gardeners-
that missed third breakfast.
The gardeners gave us direction to continue our search, a bright wood in the distance. We traversed deep mud and marsh on our way. The mud was cool and slick and made our play more rich, it did. We came upon a giant spider's web weaving along a great ridge. We followed it a ways and came upon a small frog caught in the web. Yarvis went to sweep away the web, and we were greeted by a giant spider, Charlotte, who sought us to rescue her friend, who we found was our lost princess. After Charlotte told her parents she was leaving, and we made our way to return the princess to her father, delighting in our victory, our charge and the spider riding with Fish Tank, we approached the newly made castle in our triumph. A moat deep and wide, great walls of stick and mud with amphibian gargoyles atop. Murals, ivy, carved artistry were boundless, a grand view indeed. Hummingbirds rung in the event. The Grand King Bulrush emerged, and the drawbridge fell, and we attended to him gladly. Some great hurrah was had over the friendly spider, but Riblet, the princess, soothed it hastily, and embraces were had. The king was eager to see the artistry of Kor and Horus. A coronation was had, songs were sung in his honor, his celebration, his might. If we needn't go home, we'd have stayed all night.
A great round of. Do the honors, Ribbit. Which you take to be applause.
All up in my ear.
And the king, looking quite pleased, goes and says, "And now the final step before you go. Architect, show me to my room, my throne."
So we clear a pathway back, and at the very back of the main chamber, there's about a maybe 8-inch deep mud puddle that is warmed from swamp gases coming through from the heated room with the hearth. So it's got bubbling, gaseous, like noxious stink.
Jacuzzi tub.
Yeah, with methane, but with methane. Bloop.
Ooh, yeah.
So it smells like a perpetual fart in this room.
Nice.
And there's two little tiny cups of what looks like dookie sitting there with flies circling around them like crazy.
Speaking of fart, I did eat some mushrooms too.
It'll only help here. Go for it. And I run.
I'm right on his tail. Probably picking up the little halfling because he's like, whee!
And you're still going as you pick me up, and I'm still trying to run.
I stayed back a little bit because he asked for the architect, and I'm not the architect, so I didn't go.
I
So
just
I
let
tried
it
to
rip, you know,
avoid the
good
Duke
old fashioned.
And even you. Wait. Roll a d20. We're gonna find out just how noxious this was.
Oh god, it's mushroom soup. Mixed
Okay.
mushroom soup.
I got a 19.
Oh, even you are like, thanks, King, I'm out! Thanks, guys, I'm out!
I think I poodled it.
And you all go running and skipping and dancing along, giggling
Coughing.
and laughing.
I'm gonna check my pants.
You do stop at one point, just to be sure. You're good.
I see them running, and then I'm just like, fish tank.
What?
I'm asking, fish tank.
As you
Yeah.
guys are
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely. It's fish tank. Go. Don't breathe. Run.
I just take off.
Run away.
I'm out. I'm going home.
And yeah, with that, I'm still probably carrying him a little bit of the way. He's just full sprinting.
The second that my feet hit the ground, I will fall. My movement speed's lower than yours, so I'm going to end up falling behind. I don't even stumble because I'm just booking it.
Yeah.
I'm in full, like, springy rabbit leaping.
yeah. Oh, after about half hour, 45 minutes, you guys finally see the beautiful white sandstone walls that surround the village of Pirouette, and the small archway that is the gate that you went through to get here. And you can see through the archway as you approach that everybody in town is waiting for all of the returning heroes. So, how do you approach the gate?
I finally put him down because I was probably like just running with him and whatever, keeping up with him. So I finally put him down when we reached the gate.
Weighs like 15 pounds. It's not that hard to carry him.
1.5
Right.
feet tall, and we're all a bunch of way taller kids outrunning him. I'm not
Right.
leaving behind the little guy.
Right.
Not with that smell on their heels.
Yeah.
I kind of just walk up to the gate, looking around, kind of wondering why is everybody waiting? I understand we were the heroes. For
As
the
soon as
day,
you
but-
guys approach the gates, you hear cheers. Yay! Woo! Sit back, guys! Sit back! Woo!
Start walking back, straighten up my sweater, and readjust my slacks after being carried like that and trying to run in midair. Look around through the crowd for my mom.
Fishing?
How tall is the gate?
Tall enough to fit a half giant in it, so a good, 16, 17 feet.
I was gonna run out there, flip over it.
No.
No.
I'm a superhero.
You
Yes, you are. And your superpower is terrifying.
I'm handing out, as we're walking into the gate, flower crowns to all the kids that I went egg hunting with. Unfortunately, I did not actually get to buy the flower crowns that I was going to do this with because of certain
Aw,
circumstances. But I was going to actually like.
I ran out of
make
money before
flower
I could
crowns.
get to flower crowns for you guys too. I thought about it because I knew that everybody in this room would wear a flower crown if
Yeah,
I got
so-
one, but
yeah,
it didn't
probably
happen.
not just for game.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
that we're and as we're back because I spent the whole trip making flower crowns when I wasn't drawing and stuff, handing everyone out their crowns.
Aww.
Yeah, I go looking for my mom.
I'm just standing there, kind of just listening to the people.
Okay. And Nyla.
I'm looking to see if the muses are still around.
Well, yes, all 5 muses are still standing on the amphitheater, and they are waiting for each of you.
I come up to my muse and return my egg to her as like a symbol of I completed the task.
Why, darling, of course this was for you to keep. And here are the blessings of spring, for you performed most admirably your task. May the artist's eyes follow you all the days of your life.
Bless me, my dear muse. What was your name again?
Palminia.
Palminia. The many blessings, my dear Palminia.
Finally wander back up to Urania. It's done. I want gumbo for you. Frog gumbo.
Well, that's not exactly the lesson we had hoped you would take from this. Still, a good gumbo is hard to beat. Here, darling, for your beautiful work on the Frog King's palace is the blessings of spring.
Boy, everything I need to bounce off the walls and drive Mom nuts. And one of those little glasses like Dad uses. I wonder if I can borrow his special juice.
It's a buddy.
And let's see, at this point, Calliope steps up. Nyla, darling, I have heard of the tales that you sang, that you told whilst for the Frog King. You have the gift of gab and poetry and prose, and to you, the blessings of spring.
I hand her the first edition of the story with a small poem written on it.
I will treasure this always. And she disappears it into the folding sheets that are her dress.
I know. It's
And Euterpe. Euterpe walks over to you, Yarvis, and says, "You were braver and more thoughtful than we had given credit. And your gift of music, well, rather perfect for the King of Frogs. You performed your job more admirably than we might have expected. The blessings of spring. And finally, our little fish tank. Where is Hero Fish Tank?
Rare!
Ta-da!
Brrr. You are young. And so you are not wise.
But right now, I'm Dorian Stone. I'm a pirate captain.
You made it all the way back home without getting lost or hurt. Congratulations.
But I ate soup from strangers!
Did you get hurt though?
No, but I farted on the troll.
He received the aid of his friends in knowing the soup was safe.
I have discovered that crowning a frog doesn't mean whacking it on the head.
That's a very good lesson. I'm glad you learned that, Mr. Stone.
Ooh, candy.
And with that, each of
I got a bunny hat.
You got a friend to help you fight crime now.
Yeah, I do.
He's a bunny.
It's a bunny hat. It's a bunny head.
And with that, each of the muses are lifted into the air as they were before by Thalia. In true superhero fashion, they each grab hold of their mount, well, except for Thalia herself, who just lowers herself onto her mount. And in a sparkle and a flash, each of them takes off, disappearing almost immediately in the twinkle of an eye from your vision. And you are left with Candy, Squaw. I didn't actually look at who got what on those.
It's mommy brand. Mine said be passionate.
Stay
Never stop
curious.
questioning.
Nice.
What did you say?
Never stop questioning.
Right on.
Hope for tomorrow.
Live for today.
Nice.
I think those all suit us.
Wonderful.
Right.
Bunny.
Anyways,
Meh.
And so that concludes our Vernal Equinox episode. Happy Ostara or Easter, whatever you might be celebrating this weekend. The coming of a hopefully soon to be beautiful spring. Our hearts go out to all the people experiencing ginormously terrible weather conditions. Our thoughts are with you all. And as always, of course, live long and prosper.
Bye, I'm feeding my bunny a carrot, look!
No,